Welcome, this is the Crazy Man 7777 here, back with another Halo Mega Bloks review for you Halo Mega Bloks fans, and of course, you guys are probably wondering what the crap is this, Crazy Man. We've already seen this review, Crazy Man, but you've never seen this review too! Oh yeah! You guys, this is one of the reviews that I've wanted to redo for a long time, especially since after receiving the original of this set, I received a secondary of this set. So basically, we are going to be doing a double review of one set. Whoa! Anyway, of course, we will start with the original set. The secondary Cobra really only helps with the unpacking of said Cobra, which I will be doing off screen. But anyway, this is the UNSC anti-vehicle Cobra. Sorry, anti-armor Cobra. So that was the first thing that I screwed up in my original review. I didn't even give the set the proper name. I didn't even take the time to go look in my vast instructions box and figure out that this thing was actually named the anti-vehicle Cobra. So that's another reason why I'm redoing this set. But anyway, this time we'll actually be looking at the figures. Obviously, I felt no need to look at the figures in this set last time because they're obviously not very good. They're kind of garbage. We'll look at them however garbage they are. And then we will look at the both Cobras at the same time, and the weird turret thing that I also did not review in my original version. So basically, this is going to be my first Redux video. I'm sure you guys are all excited for one of those, and hopefully someone someday will let me know how it goes. In the meantime, we will look at the figures. The figures, obviously the garbage figures, you can see them already. It's just the Storm Elite, which we've seen a million of. By the way, he does actually have, this one in particular does actually have one feature that the camera won't zoom in on, which is his beautiful eyes, which are not really the color they should be. And of course, then we have the beautiful Brute. This actually is pretty cool. This is the only time that I've ever been able to get this figure. This figure is really hard to get. Basically, this is the Brute Spec Ops Trooper. I'm going to tell you guys that this is one of the hardest Brutes to find. So, if you find it, good for you. Then we have this guy, which this guy is kind of ugly in multiple categories. Yeah, we're not even going to talk about that. Basically, he's like my Fireteam Eagle set, but if they have blue visors. Anyway, no, what the actual interesting thing is that we didn't look at last time was this thing. This is the Covenant turret from Halo 4, which was the game at the time of this set, I think, possibly. And this is actually a really good representation of the turret from that game. Another thing to note is that this is the same turret from Halo 1, so if you've always been looking for a Halo 1 turret, well, it's kind of the turret from Halo 1. This area is very different from Halo 1, but we'll just ignore that. Basically, this is the worst turret in existence for Halo. The Halo 1 looks the Halo 1 looks better than this. Halo 4 did just absolutely terrible at coming up with a new version of the Covenant turret. The Covenant turret in Halo Reach is definitely the best one. And this extra turret. And look at the Cobra itself. All of its features, including the unpackability, but first we'll look at its features. You know, of course, the unpackability means that there's moving stuff all around it, and that's great. But there is actually a cockpit in this thing. Please ignore the strange colors that Omega Bloks decided to keep on this thing. I don't know, can someone ever explain to me why it is that they decided to keep this yellow pieces in these areas? I don't understand what those are for. Like, did I not do this set right twice or something? Because the second time I did it, I thought I would come up with a different result, and I totally didn't. Also, another fact to mention about my original version of this review is that I neglected to mention that, oh yes, the beautiful sounds, but anyway, I neglected to mention that these gold pieces at all, and I also neglected to mention that I had screwed up, I actually had screwed up building this thing. I didn't know where I had screwed up, but I knew I had screwed up back then, and it was actually in the turret. The turret piece was actually too far up in my original review, so it was like sticking, and it's actually supposed to be the way it is in this one. So I only noticed that when I built my second Cobra, and I was like, what the frick is this? What did I do wrong now? So now we have the built versions of the unpacked and packed, all of the dust that comes with them, because they're a little bit old sets that I have not dusted in a while. This is going to be a good dusting for them. But beyond dusting, this is the proper procedure for actually unpacking this set. Of course, I always have the proper procedure shown, so this is the proper fashion for any of those who are not aware of the proper fashion. And of course, we're going to look at the beautiful lights and sounds, but first we'll just do a little 360 of this guy, and then we'll show you guys the back of this guy too. And what you will notice is that these are actually up like this. They're supposed to be up like that. Most people think you put them back down, but they're actually supposed to be up like that. And this little piece right here that is up here is down in this version. So take that as a note too. And this is actually supposed to be there as well. Obviously, I put on another UNSC sticker. That was extra on the second one. That's how you know which one is the second one. Anyway, moving right along, we will, now that you've seen the proper unpack and the proper regular pack or whatever, then we shall turn off the lights. Of course, we all remember the pew-pews. But can you... We'll just turn off the lights a little bit for this. For some reason, on one of these, the secondary light does not work, as you can see. And this one, it does actually work properly. Strangest thing. And of course, these things are smart, so when you remove their little turrets, they make a noise. Cannot plug in. No, that's going to bother me if I plug in the wrong side. Alright. There you go. There are all the colors of the rainbow when it comes to the Cobra set. So, now that I have done this set a proper solid, I would like to give this set definitely an 8 out of 10. Because honestly, the figures and the other parts don't matter. You don't even have to build those. The real treat is the Cobra, obviously. The Cobra is just so cool. It was so cool. I got 2 of them. they're just so amazing. There's like no way, guys. There's no way. So, this is actually one of the best army building sets that I've ever had, because obviously I was able to get 2 of a gigantic vehicle, you know, gigantic in scale to the Mega Bloks figures. I mean, Jesus, look at this. Like, in my original Hail Mega Bloks review, you guys wouldn't even know how big these things are, because I never showed I never showed any figures with them, but these things are just fucking gigantic. I mean, look at this. These Cobras are out of this world, and that's why I have 2 of them. I got one of these for good old $50 and another one for a good old $20. So hopefully they're like $30 or $20 right now if you want to try to get yourself one. They probably are more expensive than that because it's been like a year since these things have been out. But, you know, whatever. This set is probably one of the best army building sets that you can come up with. It's definitely the reason why I have 2 Brute Spec Ops troopers. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.